Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got LarryHa playing the Tier 9 Imperial Japanese Navy destroyer Yūgumo. Matchmaking? Well, matchmaking's pretty decent. No CV. There is a smattering of radar on the other team. Buffalo, Alaska, possibly Neptune. DD threats? Well, there's a Felix Schultz, ZF6, another Yūgumo, and a Tashkent. Now, this is not a map I particularly like in higher tier matches, but there's not a whole lot anybody can do about it. We'll have to see if anybody runs the middle. Um, 3 De Grosses on the red team. That's a whole lot of torpedo target there. Of course, there's plenty of hydro to go around. Now, the range on the torpedoes on the Yūgumo are generally going to be set up at 12 kilometers. So, by keeping track of where the radar cruisers are, it may be possible for Larry to remain unseen for the majority of the match. Really, the only destroyer on the enemy team that can detect the Yūgumo would be the other Yūgumo, and they would probably spot each other at the same time. And that's presuming that both players have their captains spec'd with the concealment commander skill, and also have taken the concealment module. Now you can see on the mini-map that the concealment on this ship, 5.5 kilometers. Pretty phenomenal. Torpedoes away. So, taking a look at the, what are the available toys on the Yūgumo? Well, you've got, of course, you did get it caught in the radar range there. And he's fortunately no longer in radar range and behind some smoke. Now, as a DD player, if you're able to make use of someone else's smoke, I'd say that's usually a very good thing to do. Let's hope one of those torps lands. No luck on that torpedo strike. And you can see Larry, rather than zooming all the way out, zooming all the way back in with one key, he likes to use the wheel on the mouse. Bad guys secure the Delta Cap. Buffalo, I think, sitting in a position where his radar can cover the cap pretty much entirely. There's the ZF6 that actually secured the cap for the red team. And it looks like Larry's going to try and catch him with some torpedoes, just trying to gauge where he's going to go. As Tashkent is finished off by one of the De Grosses. Looks like Larry's going to be pulling the trigger on the guns here. A little behind, but he does catch the tail end of the ship and start a fire. There's some nice damage. While the turret traverse and the reload on the Japanese destroyers in general is not very good, in fact, pretty awful, they do significant damage, and they have a pretty flat trajectory, so it's always nice to see someone making use of the guns. Yeah, since I made the changes to the water, ships bounce around a little bit more than they used to. So, good guys are down at Tashkent. Bad guys haven't lost a ship yet, and the bad guys hold 3 of the 4 caps. I'm a little disappointed that the Jean Bart and the Iowa, well, both the Iowas on this side, have been as ineffective as they have. Got a de Grosse sitting back there, pretty much flat broadside. Now, granted, the de Grosse's armor scheme is very tough, but its armor is really designed to protect at closer ranges. The good guys take out a Neptune and the red Yūgumo. That's going to open the door for something on the other side. As you can see, the friendlies have another Yūgumo on the other side as well. Now it's interesting, you take a look here, you can see Mechanic is in the ZF6 on the green team. But these guys aren't divisioned. I wonder if this was just a lucky thing that they both happen to be in the same game. Maybe a sync drop. No communication between them, but maybe they're on comms together. Hard to say. Those torpedoes look pretty good. I think you're probably going to land at least 1 in that first batch. And maybe 3 in the second. Yeah, so that's going to be 4 torpedo hits. Nice. That was a nice torpedo drop, Larry. And just like that, a little over 70,000 damage. So Yūgumo has, yeah, there you go, Larry. Yūgumo has really good detection, obviously. The torpedoes hit really hard. Guns are decent if you know what you're doing, and it looks like, you know, Larry's not afraid to use them. Buffalo's fallen far enough back now that Larry's going to be able to move up and get into that cap. Unless that Buffalo's willing to push in farther, and it looks like he is. Now, I'm not sure why Larry is smoking here. There's nothing here for him to be smoking up. Maybe he's just going to use the guns on the de Grosse. No, puts torpedoes in the water. There's a ZF6. Yeah, I think that was kind of a waste of smoke, honestly, but maybe these torpedoes will land. So rolled through the smoke and using the guns now. He's putting himself at risk, but backing into the smoke again. De Grosse goes down to guns. Friendly Iowa finishing him off. Not much reason to sit in this smoke anymore. I think I'd probably push forward here. You got a Rune way out ahead of you, Jean Bart that's right there. And it looks like that's exactly what Larry's going to do. Now, I think, well, you know, maybe what we'll see here, you know, I can only tell you what I would be trying to do. I'd be trying to get out there where I can spot the ZF6. Those torpedoes are still a threat. Got to watch the Buffalo radar, but he is falling back. Friendly Yūgumo on the other side is sunk. Mechanic takes out a de Grosse, and the Rune is taken out by the ZF6. So again, the goal for me would be spot that ZF6. Because right now you've got a Jean Bar pushing up, and he's basically just waiting to get torped. ZF6 briefly spotted there. I don't know if he started shooting or just what happened there, but Jean Bar is able to finish him off. So I'm guessing ZF6 must have been using the guns and got himself detected. Good guys now with 6 ships, bad guys now with 6 ships. Bad guys down by a little over 100 points as Larry gets behind the island, trying to find cover. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it with using the scroll to zoom in and out. It's dizzying. Is he going to catch the Buffalo with torpedoes? Boy, that would be great. Yes, he did. All right, that's kill number 2 with torpedoes. Well done, Larry. Good guys now down 16 points, but with a ship advantage. Got to turn off that AA. That's actually something that I recommend any destroyer player do at the very beginning of the match. Check to see if your AA is turned on, because although it wouldn't there, in a lot of cases that'll get you spotted. Torpedoes are back up in 4 seconds. I don't think I'd use the guns here. I think I'd just get the torpedoes out. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Iowa seems to be nosing into the Jean Bar. Iowa doesn't want to show side, so he's going to stay angled to the Jean Bar rather than getting citadel at point blank range from the Jean Bar. And I think he's probably going to run smack into Larry's torpedoes. Larry's got the guns hot. Great job, Larry. That's kill number 3 with torpedoes. And Mechanic takes out the Alaska on the other side. So, divisioned or not, ICOP accounting so far for 5 of the 9 red ships that have been sunk. Way to go, Larry. Way to go, Mechanic. Way to go, ICOP. Only 3 red ships remaining. Still 6 green ships, although Mechanic is pretty beat up. 287 HP left. Yūgumo is a very fun ship. So is ZF6. If you haven't tried those out, but you like destroyer play, I think you'd probably like both. ZF6 is really more of a gunboat. And Yūgumo obviously is more of a torpedo boat. Iowa finishes off the Alsace. 7 minutes left on the clock, but I don't think this game's going to last that long. Red Tashkent ran all the way back around and nabbed a cap. But now that he's in the center there, he's probably going to end up getting radared by the Buffalo. And Mechanic doesn't want to sit and trade shots with him, of course. Less than 300 HP, but there's an Iowa pushing up now. Oh. Would have been good if there was nothing but water out there, but you see how short those shells fell? That's been happening to me a fair amount here lately too, no matter where I aim. I think there's a bug of, it's been commented on by others. I think it's still in the game. Tashkent decides to make Larry a target. Does damage a gun. Tashkent's guns are pretty nasty. Larry says, that's fine. and gets the torpedoes away. But I think if he manages to hit anything, it's going to be the Buffalo. That can't do friendly damage anymore, which is probably a good thing, or Buffalo would have been sunk. And this game's in the bag. Yeah, Buffalo stopped every one of those torpedoes. Felix Schultz, well, he's going to try and get that cap just to get some more juicy XP. But this game's over. Great game, Larry. So you're sitting at 117,000 plus damage. 39 shells on target, 1 detection, 3 incapacitations, a fire, 7 torpedo hits with 4 floods, and 3 red ships sent to Davy Jones' locker. Really well done. And Mechanic, good job. You made good use of those guns. Obviously, I imagine that's how you lost all the HP, and that's just life plan ZF6. Now ZF6 is, if you're unfamiliar, the whole thing there is that it was a French destroyer that was captured by Germany and then refitted. So it's kind of a reload booster. So the guns in short bursts can be pretty amazing. Felix Schultz does secure the Delta Cap. He's doing all he can, but with 4 minutes to go, and Buffalo in the middle, 3 battleships up there, somebody's going to catch him and blast him. Mechanics in the Charlie Cap, and Larry is now in the Alpha Cap, and that's really going to be all she wrote. If Felix Schultz gets detected, I don't imagine he's going to survive that. Jean Barr is pretty beat up. He does not want to get hit with a torpedo. Both the Iowas could probably eat away a torpedo or 2 and survive the exchange. I'm sure neither of them wants that to happen. Well, this could end pretty abruptly if somebody spots that Felix Schultz. So I will say, great job, Larry. Really fun game. I always enjoy watching anybody play a destroyer well, and you had a really good game. And Mechanic, same to you. 2 ICOP players, 5 red ships accounted for. Very fun to watch. Those of you joining me, just read the comment there. Those of you joining me, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I'd appreciate it very much if you would like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to see them below, and I'll see you next time.
Engine boost 解除。我が軍の勝利は目前です。